when you turn on the news, they will never explain you in a way that you will understand, because they don't want you to understand. They don't want you to profit from whatever they're doing. All right, guys, welcome back to another video with the Brit Blonde. Today, we're taking a general outlook in a current year of 2026. Only a couple of months, and we are seeing a dramatic chaos in our financial markets, a war, crisis, energy, oil, all of that. We are going to have an outlook in the entire situation today. But before getting to the content, I would love to do my quick disclaimer. None of this content is a financial advice. You must, as always, do your own market research, especially during the times that we are living now. No investment is a risk-free. I'm so sorry to disappoint people, unless if you are an inside trader. Lots of insiders, right? I think the most profitable way to behave these days is being an inside trader, but unfortunately, I am not. Okay, so I just do also speculation on top of everything that is happening. And oh man, what a time to be speculating, right? It's a very challenging time. Even crypto itself. If I should start from the Bitcoin analysis and then we go to the facts, let's do that, because I think that's what I always do. And we will go to my X, which I am not a news trader, okay? I'm more of a support resistance trending gal. But sometimes in moments like now, it's very, very important for us to have a look on the news, okay? So we need to understand what's going on. And frankly, it's a massive joke. Every fucking day in this news is something else. But you can have a notion on placing your bets, even if when we can't understand much about it. Okay, so moving to the Bitcoin price, Bitcoin is sitting at 75,971. Now, I don't think it's the best time to be trading BTC. Is being very, very manipulated since our area of rejection. We've got two scenarios, as always, to look at Bitcoin. Long-term talking, but I'm really talking long-term now, even further. It's always a great investment if you can afford to wait, or if you like an asset that you can place and have value over time, and security and a decentralized system from central entities. And if you like to participate in a system that does not depend in the Federal Reserve. However, it's still very correlated to everything that is happening. But the main point of Bitcoin is being a decentralized system. I'm not sure if we will achieve that, but it's very, very likely to be very different. Okay, so trading side, it's not looking that good. But as a trader, you need to learn how to get in and out, in and out. This is trading. You just get in and out of random assets and you make money off it, and it's totally fine. Long-term token, as I mentioned, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and I'm not going to mention some coins, they are very, very good investments. However, moving to the price action one more time, on the moment right now, I'm more bearish though than bullish, meaning Bitcoin got rejected one more time at the region of 79,000, close to 80K. And as you can see, I will display the graph here. So this area, it's a very, very important area that we had to break up, but we got rejected one more time. And it can be the opposite, I know it can be, but on my strategy, I don't think it's a great time to long. It's very likely to be a great short all the way to 500, okay, 70,000K to start with the first take profit. However, as a trader, you got to learn, as I mentioned, how you go in, how you get out of these opportunities and bank from it. And quite frankly, during the time that we're living right now, I think it's the only and one of the only ways you can survive in this world. Okay, it's so manipulated, it's hard to be trading, but still, it's one of the very few industries that you can profit from the chaos. Unfortunately or fortunately, you take it the way you want. I believe we are going to revisit around 500. or even lower. Okay, and from that we'll see what's going to happen. Again, I can just be wrong, which is totally fine. Long-term talking and store of value, or just to have an alternative monetary system, you're more than welcome in our industry. This is what is plain for Bitcoin. But on the meme coins and altcoins, I don't want to be touching much on it. I've been trading fin USDT. I'm currently longing fin USDT all the way to 27.28 cents. Again, I've been just playing with these small coins, and that's it. Sometimes you've got to be passionate. Sometimes you've got to be open to lose. Sometimes you've got to be open to do the extra work. So people ask me sometimes, oh, I want to trade, I want to do this, I want to do that. I've been in this industry for almost 7 years right now, and it's so frustrating sometimes. You've got to learn how to lose. You need to let go. And we don't like that as a human. We don't really like it. You just have to accept the fact that trading has a probability, right? And I'm totally fine with it. I think if you manage actually to overcome the way trading is, and if you manage to survive from it, you will always be fine. But you know, traders, we are very different from anyone. Gold investment, when it's going up, is the worst signal we can potentially ever pray for. It is what, okay? Meaning no fucking one trusts the government. So all investors and the big entities, they want to park the money in safe haven assets, such as gold and Bitcoin. So when gold is going up, that's it. We can expect something bad is at the corner. What do we take from that? I don't even know from where to start. I just think this is the most shameful presidency of the United States in history. Thanks God we never got into know what the previous people did, and that's why they don't like crypto either. They don't like transparency. But you had a person, right, with massive influence that came to our market and played a very dirty role and walked out, and even suing people, such as the guy who were one of the biggest investor. They want to blame people and walk away. We don't want to have a crypto president that comes to our industry to scam all of us. I am sick and tired. A couple of weeks ago, I made a post about the biggest scams in history, but this one, it's not even measurable yet. We don't know what's going on behind oil trades, Palantir, the entire administration. Don't know how many billions has been manipulated and banked by this specific family. I'll walk you through the craziest shit ever. Number one, RaveDAO. Don't you think it's so weird to have fucking tokens pumping in the middle of the chaos? Guys, we don't have to be a professional analyst, a professional scientist to realize if one coin is going extremely high during a world reset, it's a scam. Think I'm crazy? Because I really think it's a pattern, and it's such a clear signal. I saw people making money on RaveDAO during the fucking market crash, and I was like, do you know what? Something is wrong with this group out here. I never bought RaveDAO, and I don't know. It's just, first of all, one of the latest scam, because I'm still trying to catch up. I'm so sorry to tell you guys, but has been more than 4 scandals in a matter of 2 weeks, okay? Majority coming from Trump family, and I still believe that Melania will be liquidated. World Liberty Financial Token, no comments. Completely wrecked. And Trump coin. He told me also, a friend that is also a trader, he told me you might not even be able to find out because it's just the tip of the iceberg. So I'm like, mate, you know, what's wrong with this industry? The scandal with the World Liberty Token, everything in a matter of 2 weeks, okay? What the hell is happened to DeFi, decentralized finance? This market, it's meant to be different. This market is meant to bring ownership back to the people. Until when we are going to sit here and let the oldies, central banks, come to our industry and tell us what to do? Okay, if this market is not going to be really decentralized, I'm transparent, I'm gonna leave. But the question is to where? Which other market I'm gonna go? Because I'm in crypto to escape the fucking system, but this is also another system. World Liberty financial token, it's a massive fraud. Tell whatever you wanna tell. Go and fight. If you are a MAGA paid influencer, go and do whatever you want. I also thought that Trump was going to be good for crypto. And I want to be transparent with that. He came up, he visited the crypto events. He was in a very, very interesting approach and also led us into the place of thinking like who we fucking admire, right? Because they came here and made an extortion out of everybody in this industry. Plus the AI sector. I'm not getting there today, okay? As I said, I am trying to study because I don't like to talk about things that I don't have facts, okay? I don't know. I don't know how much they took from AI. Guys, it's so much money. We cannot let this happen. In decentralized finance, in the central banks, I don't even comment. It's a completely corrupted industry. However, I really think also USDT were freezing some wallets. Do you guys see the pattern here? Tell me in the comments if you see the pattern, because I am fucking filming everything in one video, but I will get into the exchanges that are also involved on that scandals. But as I mentioned, I'm going to do a massive research on it because I don't want to be in trouble talking about bullshit, right? Thank you to independent journalism, which is the person who spotted the scam of the World Liberty token. We really need people like that, people who track everything in the blockchain. Cheers for you guys, because we need people like that, okay? We cannot afford blockchain really to be the same. We are going to be absolutely fucked if the pattern keeps repeating. And I will leave the tweet here so you can see with your own eyes what's going on with USDT, what's going on with Ledger, what's going on with Binance, what's going on with this and this and that and this exchange and that exchange. We cannot afford people coming to our system, which is meant to be about ownership. And I can be totally wrong, and I really hope I'm not, okay? But I've got to be honest with you. I don't know. I just don't know at this point why transactions are being held, even in USDT. That's a very interesting question. Why suddenly everybody is so interested in frozen accounts in crypto? It doesn't seem very decentralized in my point of view. It's very, very concerning. It's very concerning because we know we cannot trust central banks. We know that for sure. Look at the current model of the government that we are having right now. It's crystal clear that these people have absolutely no fucking clue on what they are doing. Okay? Follow me on X. You don't really realize, but sometimes I post things that are very, very sensitive, and I want to let you know in advance, because we don't have freedom of speech, even knowing that it's a beautiful topic, but deep down no one has. So be aware that I'm also posting and engaging sometimes with the Epstein class, because it all goes back to the same people. Some people can't take that, so be aware. If you come to my pages, I had problems before in the beginning of the war. I had problems with friends, with family. I will post what I want, okay? Even if I'm in trouble sometimes. So I want you to know, if you come to my X, there might be sensitive content, such as war. Things happen with children that I cannot just sit and pretend and laugh as everything is fine, because it's not fine really to, push what I believe. Aware that if you come to my X, you might see very, very sensitive things. And if you are a sensitive person, you shouldn't follow me, because I like to expose what I think should be exposed. I really thought the FTX were one of the biggest scam in crypto, but Trump family deserves a spot. You know, I am still trying to calculate just from DeFi, okay? I'm not talking about the real stocks from decentralized finance, BBC. This is outside DeFi now, okay? BBC, you don't see US news publishing that. BBC were the first news to push Trump manipulating activities. Very, very suspicious. Just 20 minutes before a tweet, someone buy 40 million in oil. Like, guys, do you see what I see? Do you understand why they don't like transparency in the world? Imagine if we knew every fucking penny of this war inside a blockchain system. Lots of people would be in jail right now. They don't like transparency because in the central bank, there are two types of banks, right? Central banks are the banks that provide things for countries, and those family who run these banks, you probably know who they are, but anyways, it doesn't matter. What happens is it's a group of people who decide your future, okay? And in blockchain system, we decided to open the vote, meaning if you own it, you also have the rights, which the Trump administration came to our industry with that approach, and suddenly they freeze all assets from people, and you, who are the owner, don't have the right to vote. So it's centralized, it's not decentralized, and we shouldn't accept that, okay? It's not even a question only of being into politics or not. It comes back to human rights and freedom of speech and many other things. I don't want to be controlled because I know how to control my life. And here's the thing, I always say that some people don't know how to control their life, and it's okay if you need help. But me, I don't need help, and I don't want to have their help, because if you look into the current world scenario, do you really think in your sane mind that these people know how to control your life? Absolutely not. Do you need them to control your health, to control your bank, to have a central bank, to tell you how many fuel you can buy? But guys, it's not funny. You know, it's not funny. I think centralization, it's a very serious problem. And let me just go beyond crypto. Think about if your country depends only in Apple and a war happens and destroy Apple, and your entire tech system is down. Country only has one energy provider, and the war destroy the energy provider. So you don't have a tech, you don't have an energy provider, and so on. So this is the mean of centralization. Control. Control of people. And we live in an abundant world, okay? We need decentralization. Every country, even if I don't like them, I would tell you have the right and you must stand up for your country, for your environment, for your community. Do not depend on food for outside only. Do not depend on one tech company only. Do not depend on one central bank only. Clearly, it's a path that doesn't work. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. From day one, for me, it's the second COVID. Really, it's a scam, it's a joke, it's a trap. But we're not fed up enough as a society. I want to close the video with a very concerning and also a raising flag to everybody that trying to make a business or their life on top of this year. 2026, it's a very turbulent year when it comes to the financial world. In fact, we will feel it very soon, but we will feel even heavier next year. People inside the market, they see things before the outside world, and I'm telling you, it's not looking great. It's not looking great economically saying. If you are a trader, it's probably a unfair advantage, okay? Business owner, depending on the industry that you're in, it's a massive trouble, and we've got to stand up, as I mentioned. Don't be a centralized country. We cannot depend on one country only. We cannot. We need the world to cooperate and grow together. Okay? Meaning each country should reinvest into their own. We need to understand ownership and we need to understand the meaning of things. Even if I don't want to be involved in politics, I have to kind of have a sense of what's going on, because here is the thing. I believe no one knows what's truly behind it, and we don't even need to know, right? We just need to know in the surface so we can invest, right? Big people are losing money, energy stocks are banking off, and defense systems are banking off, and people were investing last December in all the defense system. I made a post about that on my agency. And if you want, you can go there. The stocks are there, the names are there. You can follow their companies. It's a massive defense system stock. People are making a lot of money on top of that. But the very few people who manage to profit, they will always be fine. And this is what we do. We just speculate on top of speculation. Basically like that. And sometimes we lose, and it's okay too. I wish you guys an interesting week. Let's see what will happen with the Bitcoin price and the energy supplies and all of that. I generally wish you a interesting year, and don't let yourself down. Do the work, do your own research. I always say that you need to learn how independence work, and you need to be more decentralized, rather if it's diversifying your portfolio, rather if it's having like multiple locations, or just being free, or just learning how to play with the matrix. But you got to be a person who understands, unless you want to be controlled. And as always, it's your choice. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.